Hello, my name is Robin Duda, and today I really want to respond to some of the communications I've received over the internet and things that I've read that creates a lot of confusion in my view about how we are to be with our own fear. Oftentimes, if you've been on a spiritual path and through different religious modalities and even in the New Age movement, fear is presented as the problem, as that which creates separation, that it's not part of love. Well, I have found a completely different reality. I have found that when we allow our heart, our love, to embrace the fear that's coming up in our bodies, the nervous system knows exactly what to do. And any of you that have looked at somatic healing processes, Peter Levine did amazing research work, showed us that the animal kingdom knows how to move through moments of absolute terror, let the body transform that energy and come right back into homeostasis if the cycle isn't interrupted. So I want to share something that I have found so exciting. Instead of seeing our fears as something we need to perceive as a weakness or something we need to separate from, I have found that when people are working through their past fears or even in the moment fears, if they commit to going through full cycles of expression, which might mean going to the bathroom when it comes up, it might mean going to the car, it might mean you got to remove yourself from the environment for a minute or 2 or 10, but when you allow yourself to go through the full cycle of expressing fear, whether it's sound, whether your body wants to move and run, whether you need to scream into a pillow, whatever your body naturally wants to do, I find that you can come back into homeostasis and then you can go into inquiry. Self-knowledge is increased when you can ask the question, what triggered that fear? And here is the issue of discernment. Is our fear being triggered because the environment is actually out to get us? Is there something in the environment that's trying to harm us? Is there a person or a tiger? As in the past descriptions of flight, fight, we were always responding to a threat in the environment, and we've all read those studies about stress hormones. Is there something in an environment that's trying to harm us? Or are we responding to a past belief system, a way we were conditioned as children, that if we didn't do X, Y, and Z, we were going to get that punishment? We were going to get shamed. We were going to ostracized. If we spoke up against our parents, a whack would come. So our body goes into silence, freeze, complete ineffectiveness, weakness, and we don't know what to do. So oftentimes, when people come to me and they don't know how to move through their fear, they are locked in their nervous system because they never had permission to go through a full cycle of full physiological expression. So the soul, if it's not committed to feeling the whole body experience, the soul starts to disassociate from the sensations of fear. And if the mind is not taught that fear is part of our loving, fear is your information trying to come forward, then the mind says, ooh, I don't want to be afraid. Ooh, I have to use, any moment that I'm afraid is a weakness. I judge myself when I have fear. What's wrong with me? And if you're in that cycle of belief, you're never going to give your body permission to finish what it never finished when you were young, or to respond naturally to a situation that you maybe need that high adrenaline action. So there's so much confusion in the New Age movement right now about what is the ideal. And for me, if we can embrace every experience, if we can allow our experience to become information about what we need to love, what we need to integrate, what information is really here for us for discernment of what is loving for us, then we'll be empowered. What I watch is when people deny their fear, the fear literally comes outside of the body. It's almost like it vibrates in a separate package. And when your fear is disconnected and disassociated, then other people can come in your environment and just twing it like that because you're not integrated with it. You don't have self-knowledge about it, and you're not really willing to experience what your needs are. You're just having your fear out here is the problem. And anyone that's studied some of the controlling techniques of mind control or social engineering or any place where our teachers in our society, the elites, have an ideal for us to be obedient, we know that the core strategy is to engage us in fear that we have to comply. But if we're integrating our fear and we're using our fear as information, we might be able to stand up and say, you know what? You're trying to dominate me right now, and I'm not going for it. Yeah, that's scary right now, but I'm not playing that game. I'm going to love my fear, get in my power, speak my needs, feelings, and wants, and you're not going to control me anymore, even though you're threatening me. So what would that be like? To not be controlled by your fear. And that is the way we are controlled, is by not willing to heal, feel, integrate, and empower through our fear. It's not separate from love, folks. And this is what I've discovered through working with trauma with so many clients, that they get empowered when they bring all of their emotional body back into the tissue, and the soul says, yes, I want that experience. That's part of my evolution. I'm not going to run from my fear anymore. That's the doorway to my evolution. So I'm going to do another couple videos about fear, because there's so many strategies I've learned that I want to share with you. And some of it is based in really great research. Some of it is what I've discovered. And I just want it to be useful to anyone that's really navigating these times of understanding how to stay grounded during all this transition of the systems being destroyed in our life. It's necessary. The old systems need to break down. But how do we find our grounding, our self-love, and our new community where we can live an authentic life? Thank you so much for watching. And of course, the question I ask, what do you need to love today?